Hi, Adyashanti. It's
Hi.
good to see you.
Good to see you too. Good morning.
So I feel like I've been doing that flip-flop between clarity and confusion,
Yeah.
with more confusion than clarity for, seems to be about 10 years. And so the mind starts to wonder a couple things, one of which is, am I doing something wrong? Am I in some type of spiritual cul-de-sac?
Oh, I see, yeah.
The other part is about how to make decisions, considering that sometimes it feels like being pulls and feels more like clarity, wanting to move.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of time there's still a lot of ego mind saying, do this, do that, figure that out. Let's get your life together. Let's get going. And so it's confusing sometimes, and you were speaking about this yesterday, but it just keeps on coming up for me.
Mm-hmm.
When I touch into stillness, the question goes, but it inevitably comes back.
Right. Stillness is great for getting questions to disappear, but it's not necessarily the answer to a dilemma. Right? It's the space from which a more intelligent response can arise, but it's not just about getting rid of the dilemma. Yeah. So which one do you want me to look at first? The got it, lost it? Or the what do I do?
Well, the one that just is kind of really talking right now is it just says what do I do?
Okay.
It's pretty broad.
Yeah. Okay. So what does this what does what do I do have to do with?
It has to do with that question comes up a lot.
Yes.
From little things to big things.
Yeah, but there's something reoccurring that I can feel in you. That it's been recycling for years. It's the same. There's an issue, same issue.
Mm-hmm. The subtle one is, what do I do with this spiritual thing that I'm doing? The more practical one is, what do I do with? This is a weird question. My life. It doesn't even seem like it's my life.
I understand, but I get the what do I do with my life? Now, why do you imagine that question's coming up?
Because I'm lost. Because I keep on trying to get going, get a career, go to graduate school, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
And why do you imagine it doesn't work? What's happening inside? I know I'm putting you on the spot.
It's good.
But that's what I'm here for. Right? So I understand, I understand what it's like when you try to get something going, you jump into it, you jump back into school, you jump back into something, and then it kind of just falls apart, it doesn't work. So let's look at that phenomena. Let's look at what's happening. Right? So let's say, oh, okay, obviously I don't finish schooling. What happens in there? Does the motivation disappear? What's actually happening?
Yeah, usually just something arises. It feels like a real strong pull. Mm-hmm. I start moving in that direction. It feels right. I get excited, and then it just goes. It's just gone.
It just disappears.
It disappears, and I don't know whether I'm sabotaging something or whether it was a me drive that lost energy, or I have no idea. It's happened so many times, and because I'm not getting the strong prajna, right? Mm-hmm. About direction, then I wind up going back in here, in the head.
Into your head, right. These two things are connected, by the way. Your two questions, intimately connected. in a way that may not be immediately noticeable. But they're very definitely connected.
I feel that thread.
Yeah. Because very often, I mean, the same thing happened in my life, so I know this from personal experience, but I can feel the energy within you. You know, we put a lot of energy and a lot of our heart and soul into our spiritual lives, right? And that takes you so far, takes you to a certain place, wherever that is. And for some of us, for a lot of us, there becomes this impasse. And so we kind of keep pushing into the impasse. You know what I'm talking about? We kind of keep going at the impasse. And as we're going at the impasse, we're not really fully really, what can I say, getting on with life. It's almost like, I don't know whether you say this to yourself or not, but it's almost like unconsciously, it's like, I can't really get on with life until I get this spiritual thing kind of figured out. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
I thought so because you started smiling. Okay. Right. Okay. So what I want to tell you is often it's just the opposite. The spiritual part hits an impasse where it can't really flower until you get on with life. There's a part there's a time for retreating sort of from, you know, too much involvement, you know, and all that. And there's also a time when life dictates that we sort of get on with it. You know what I mean? Whatever, and I can't tell you what that means, but it's just sort of, okay, get on with it. And that's very connected to your spirituality too. Often your spirituality can't flower the next step until we get on with it, until we sort of engage. Right?
I've been feeling that. I mean, it feels like...
I'm not surprised,
All
because
right.
I feel the same thing in you. Yeah, I had the same thing. And I just kept banging away at spirituality and, you know, boom, 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 boom. And then one day I thought, I can't wait to get enlightened because I'm going nowhere. Nothing's happening. You know, I'm 30 years old and I'm working at a bike shop. You know, what the hell's, this isn't any kind of career. And then I thought, okay, well, I guess I just better get on with it. And I didn't really know what that meant, but I just started getting more creative, and this energy shifted. I realized I have to get on with life. Little did I know, in fact, I didn't know at all. Only in retrospect did I know that getting on with life was the only thing that was really going to open the door inside spiritually, all the way open. It needed me to get on with it. It needed me to sort of just really enter into life. And that's the same thing I'm feeling in you. And as you said, it seems like you feel it in yourself.